What is going on, guys? So tonight we are going to be taking a tour around this 2022 Audi SQ5. The 2023s are actually available to order, but inventory is still limited. Now there's not many changes happening from the 22s to the 23s, but here's a quick rundown. Adaptive cruise control is now standard throughout the Q5 lineup, and the premium, starting from the premium plus trim level, we will now get the Bang & Olufsen 3D sound system as standard. Finally, the Chronos Gray replaces the Quantum Gray colorway. Now today we'll be doing a walk around this District Green colorway, which is very nice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just start with the front grille. The bezel around the grille has a satin chrome brushed aluminum finish, as to come to expect from all S models throughout the Audi lineup, but you could go ahead and black it out by getting the black optics package for additional $600. Here you see the integrated front-facing camera. The LED headlights are standard, along with LED taillights and dynamic turn signals. Housed in the rear fog lights, or the front fog lights, are the adaptive cruise control sensors. Moving along, we have 20-inch rims that are standard, with 255 width, 45 sidewalls, summer tires. These are the 10-spoke designs. You can opt for larger wheels, of course, in this screenshot that I'm going to throw up. And you can also request all-season tires at no additional cost. The exterior side mirrors are also finished in the brushed aluminum design. Since this is an S model, they are heated, but only manual folding on the base premium trim. So unless you order the convenience package for additional $1,100, you will need to spring for the Premium Plus trim to go ahead and get the auto dimming, power folding exterior mirrors. Again, as you see from here, all the satin chrome finishes that you see on the side, the window trim surround, the side rockers, they will be all replaced with glossy black trim if you take the black optics package for additional $600. The rear passenger glass is all tinted for your privacy, for your convenience. Now, as we approach the rear, we can see the quad exhausts that this time we expect from all S models. However, these quad tips are actually still fake in the SQ5. Now, these are faux tailpipes. It may look real, but as you take a closer look, it's actually blocked off. The actual piping is under the simulation. However, starting in the year 2021, I think, Audi actually offers a real sport exhaust tip option. So for additional $1,350, you get quad exhaust tips. Now I'm not sure if it's actually a sport tune exhaust system, but definitely an actual tip that goes and mates to the muffler in the rear. Now if it's just for the tips, that's actually quite pricey for that matter. Now, as far as the steering and handling department, along with suspension, Audi does offer a dynamic steering package for additional $1,150. What this basically does is it supports your sporty driving style by tweaking your steering ratios. Especially if you are in a parking lot, it will go ahead and make your steering a lot more fluid, a lot more easier. Sport package for the suspension is also offered for additional $3,000. That gives you the red brake calipers, your sport adaptive air suspension, and a tweaked out rear differential. Now these are one of the most expensive packages offered for the SQ5, especially with the sport package, but according to the forums and advice, if you are interested or if handling is a top priority for you, then these two packages should be something that you should consider to go ahead and mate with the turbocharged V6. So stepping in the interior of the SQ5, let's go ahead and start off with the driver's side door. Immediately see these carbon fiber inlays that will come standard throughout the SQ5 lineup. And immediately you see some contrast stitching and the ultra suede material for the door inserts. The ultra suede door inserts will go ahead and continue within the seats. These are going to be the base model sport seats for the SQ5. You could go ahead and opt in for the $1,000. For $1,000, you go ahead and opt in for the Nappa leather sports seats. But for this one, you have the Dynamica, what basically is Alcantara. And from here, I'm not quite sure if it's going to go ahead and withhold the test of time, but it's nice. It's definitely soft. And moving along, we have a driver's side cubby with decent space. We have auto headlights and a power adjustable steering column as standard features. Also, on top we have the panoramic sunroof, which I hope was standard. However, it is not a standard feature. You will have to opt in for a premium plus or above trim to get this panel roof, or you could also add it a la carte for an option at $1,450 additional. Now moving to the rear, we have a similar quality material carried over from the front, soft touch, including the soft ultra suede door inserts as well. You have a couple hooks on the rear and also these adjustable headrests. You can move them up and down and back and forth. There is tri-climate or automatic tri-climate control. So 2 in the front and 1 in the rear. You have 2 USB-A's for charging and a 12-volt socket. The rear seats will have the same Dynamica suede inserts for the outerboard seats. The center seats will be all leather. There is a cup holder and also a center, not really a pass-through. It is a 40-20-40 split. So the middle seat actually folds down so you could go ahead and gain access to the rear hatch. Or if you have a longer item, extend it so you could go ahead and transport, let's say, a pair of skis and whatnot. Now approaching the rear again, the tailgate is power assisted, but there is no sensor for hands-free operation. So basically there's no kick to open function. Inside the cargo area, you will find almost 26 cubic feet of rear cargo space with the second row folded up. Now that's a respectable amount of space. However, just for reference, we've been doing a lot of research and the Toyota RAV4 actually has 33.3 cubic feet of space. So this is mainly due to the design and the rear hatch and the sloping angles, but here you see manual releases for the second row seats, which is very convenient. In addition, the rear hatch, you will have 2 options to close it. One is just close the hatch and one is to close and lock the hatch. You have multiple tether anchors for child seats for all 3 of the rear seats, and pretty spacious. There are ambient lighting or light bars in the rear, 1 on each side to go ahead and light up the cargo area. All SQ5s will include a stainless steel sill insert for protection. And lastly, there is also a standard temporary space-saving spare tire. Now, as we approach the rear, the second row seats, there is also a conveniently located lever to go ahead and fold down your second row. It will be again a 40-20-40 split. So once you press that, it's going to give you a decent size cargo area and also a pretty flat load floor. One thing that I actually forgot to mention is in relations to the memory seating. Now, memory seating is available. However, you will need to spring for the Premium Plus and also the Prestige package. However, for buyers who are interested in the premium trim, the base level trim, you will need to get the convenience package for $1,100 in order to get the memory seat functions. And even with the $1,100, it will not include memory seating for the passenger side, which is pretty disappointing, considering the competitors do have that function. Alright, but however, this S logo does light up at night, I believe. And along with this, you have the 12-way adjustable front passenger. And the carbon atlas inlays do go ahead and extend throughout the whole front dash. Very nice, very high quality. It's not an option. And fortunately, we do have a locking glove box from Audi. Now let's go ahead and just talk about these seats for a minute. These are going to be the Dynamica Ultra Suede inserts, similar to Alcantara. No matter the difference in company and their lawsuits or whatnot, it will come standard throughout the whole three trims. In order to get the leather, you will have to pay $600 for the all leather. And if you want the ultra fine Napa leather with the diamond quilting and the red magma interior, you will also need to pay an additional $1,000. Now, this panoramic sunroof is very nice. It extends all the way back to the rear seats, allowing a ton of light into the interior. Now, as a father, off topic, a panoramic sunroof will be very handy when you have kids inside, because it's a nice form of entertainment and it's a nice distraction. Now, sitting inside the SQ5, it's a pretty good experience. It's very roomy, yet the sports seats do go ahead and offer very good bolstering to keep you in place. An auto-dimming rearview mirror comes standard. Now, as mentioned before, the panoramic moonroof does come standard on the Premium Plus and the Prestige trim. However, if you are going for the base trim, it will be an a la carte option of $1,450. Now, the multifunction 3-spoke steering wheel is heated, but not flat bottom, which is kind of disappointing considering all the previous SQ5s, and the most recent RS6 Avant is basically keeping this type of circular design. But I believe you can still order it factory with the flat bottom design, but it does not come heated. Now, it does have these paddle shifters. It's made it to 8-speed ZF automatic. These paddle shifters are pretty high quality. Now here's something interesting. In order to get ventilated seats on the SQ5, you need to opt in for the warm weather package, and that's only available with the leather seating surfaces, but not the Napa sports seats. As we are approaching the end of our walk around, let's go ahead and just take a look under the hood. Now here we have under the hood the same engine found in the Audi S4 sports sedan. Now starting from the B9 generation, they put in a 3.0 liter turbocharged V6 that pushes out 349 horsepower and 369 foot-pound of torque. This is also found here in the SQ5, and for a car this heavy at 4,400 pounds, the SQ5 does 0 to 60 in about 4.7 seconds according to Car and Driver. Alright guys, so this pretty much sums up the walk around tour of the Audi SQ5. Again, not many changes going from the 2022s to the 23s, but if you guys are interested, I'm going to go ahead and list a couple of changes right here. Final thoughts? Well, as a Mark 7 owner, I think it's come to a point where I realize that even as a hot hatch fanatic, I can't keep my car forever. And I think the SQ5 in general specifically is one of the cars that, if budget was not a factor, a logical evolution from my Mark 7 Golf R. Why? Because it gives me enough ground clearance, enough storage, cargo space to go ahead and transport my growing family. And with the potent turbocharged V6 engine, it makes it a really fun daily driver, at the same time practical. Again, until next time, thank you for watching.